one place you could find cheap, inexpensive horsepower is the pulley system that drives the belt. BBK Performance, again, another company that's been in the Mustang hobby for 15 years. They make these beautiful underdrive pulleys. What is an underdrive pulley? An underdrive pulley slows down the accessories, thus freeing up horsepower. It's simple. You've got your SFI certified balancer here, and you have another pulley here. You bolt these on. Let's get to the dyno, see what we can pick up. What we're doing now is we're going to install the BBK Underdrive pulleys. They're great for picking up horsepower. It's free horsepower, I like to call it. You know, the factory accessories turn a certain speed, but the way Ford has it set up, they do eat up some horsepower. The underdrive pulleys will slow the accessories down, free up horsepower, but not at the expense of cooling or charging. Everything will work the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, exactly. The Ford actually overspins their accessories to be in a worst case scenario. And you know, the average vehicle won't see that scenario. So by slowing down the accessories, you're right, you're going to pick up horsepower.
And I would assume that by slowing them down, you're also going to extend their service life a little bit too.
Exactly. Very true. We're in the process now of pulling the fan out of the vehicle. The purpose of pulling the fan out is so we get to the lower harmonic balancer easy. Now the fan is pretty much a direct pull out once you undo the two bolts. You have a bolt on this side, left and right. Once they're undone, it slides right out of place.
And you've got a lot of room under here now. Looks like.
Now we're going to set it off to the side, and it'll make it easy for us to get to the lower harmonic balancer bolt to put our pulley on there, pulley puller on there, and remove that. What I'm going to do first, though, is I'm actually going to remove the water pump pulley, so this way we can have everything out of the way while we're moving it. You take your 18mm socket, make sure it fits on the harmonic balancer bolt. Now we have the luxury of air tools here. So what we'll do is we'll just zip the nut off with an impact gun. If you don't have air tools, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to lock it in gear, put it in first gear, pull the emergency brake up, and put 2 pieces of wood on your wheel to chock the wheel. Because as you spin it to break the nut loose, it's going to want to move the car because you're locking the whole powertrain together.
Okay.
Make sure you save all your pieces. And out it comes. Factory harmonic balancer. A little bit of oil does get past the seal from the factory, so the factory actually silicones right around the bolt here. So we're going to be doing the same thing. Just take a thin bead of silicone and you run it right around the washer itself. This way when you reinstall it, no oil can leak past that.
And there is a keyway, so it can only go on one way.
Yes, sir.
Not a problem.
There's no way to put this one on backwards.
Even I couldn't put it on backwards?
Well, it won't fit on the crank that way because it's too big. That's the perfect size right there. The seal rides on the outer snout, and then you have the keyway.
Nice. So it's magazine editor proof.
What you want to do is just slide it into place. Make sure that you'll see that the pulley will actually spin until it finds the keyway. Once it finds the keyway, you slide it into place. Now they do supply you with a slightly longer bolt that you're going to have to put in so it pulls the harmonic balancer in, take it back out, and put the factory bolt back in. So what we're going to do now is we're going to tighten that up. Now that it's in, we remove it, and then we're going to put the factory one back in its place. Now that we got our lower harmonic balancer, the new SFI approved one from BBK, in place, we're going to go ahead and put our water pump pulley on. But before we do that, the factory has the bottom stud of the alternator that holds one of the alternator bolts in as a stud and a nut. Because it's a stud, it sticks out so far that the water pump pulley itself is so big that it actually hits into it. So you must remove the factory stud and put in a bolt. So this way ensures the clearance between the water pump pulley and the lower bolt of the alternator. There you go. Now that's snug, we can go ahead and reinstall our water pump pulley. You set the water pump pulley on, grab your first bolt. You want to take the rest, all three of them, put them in. Dyno test number 3. I said we did pretty good.
Where are we?
308 horsepower, 322, almost 23 pound-feet of torque.
Wow. So we picked up 8 horsepower with the rear wheels and about what, 10 foot-pounds of torque.
There you go. We'll overlay the last run. Picked up exactly 8 horsepower or 6 foot-pounds of torque. We have actually a power gain right from the hit of the throttle. As you can see from here, at 3,000 RPMs, we're looking at still 3 or 4 horsepower there. That's a 9 horsepower increase at 6,100 RPMs. If you just look at the dynograph, it's a smoother dynograph. The power pulls continuous from the hit of the throttle all the way up, and we haven't even done the exhaust yet.
Yeah.